Hello, wonderful traders. Dadas here with the Dadas Trading Workshop and the Dadas Trading Room on Discord. Now, I want to do a daily recap of what I did today. Basically, I followed the simple procedure that I presented to you yesterday in the videos, and yeah, especially in the English video. Now, basically, we can see that today the market, the DAX market, pretty much respected the Dada's universe. So on the Asian session, they did something, like a whipsaw movement, a little bit up, and then started going down. After the opening of the Frankfurt session, the market, sort of it spiked up and then began falling down very rapidly and consistently. So basically, when I joined the market was already somewhere down here. So I was just sitting and thinking whether I would have any trades or not. I waited it out. So in the beginning, I was here on the M15 and I clicked something like this. Now, of course, it was a little bit different with this stop loss line because I've done a small modification to the Douglas trade ruler later on. Anyways, I can show you the trade I made. Trade I made was right there. So basically, I got the trade exactly on the line. On the Renko, I can't show you that on the Renko physically at this moment because again, the market today made a lot of Renko bars, so we can't see it right now, but we can see it right here on the picture. That was posted live. So this was a live picture, and you can see here that I had those lines measured out. I got my signal. I put my stop loss where it's supposed to be under this low here, and then I entered the trade. Oh, I simply clicked on the button, and the button entered the trade. And what happened actually then? Well, first the market started going down and kind of gave me a little bit of a fright, but I was already expecting a stop loss, but the market suddenly turned around and quickly recovered, pretty quickly recovered, and then my trail stop break even got triggered right there, but of course, but the market continued, uh, and I just, when the market continued, I was watching how many pips there are, and then I simply moved the break even and stop higher, yeah, and then you can see what happened. The market just continued up and rapidly fell down, fell back up, it fell back down, and triggered the break-even stop loss. I got my pips, 12.83. Maybe not a big lot, 0.8 lot because of the distance of the stop loss, but that's still enough to make a profit, right? And yeah, you can see on the M15, you can see clearly that the market then continued and went even higher, and then stopped and went even higher. Well, it didn't matter because I wasn't. I did my job. I got my perfect pips, right? And yeah, true. The market got pretty volatile today. The next situation was right there. So yeah, like this and like this, and we got our zone. It was possible to trade another long over there. Yeah, of course. Then after this and this candle, so yeah, we do. Come on. Sometimes it's difficult with that shit. Yeah, let's do this, and now let's do this. Okay, so there's another zone, and you can see that practically it was possible to trade a short right there because the pullback was pretty big, and yeah, it was possible. Basically, I was showing this whole thing live on Discord. I was streaming live all the time on Discord, so I was exactly doing that. You know, and again, I did this, I did this, and again, yeah, but I didn't trade that. I was just watching the market go, but I was showing this measurements in these situations, and also here, right, when the market moved like this, yeah, mm, again, a break up there, continuation for a long. Mm, at a certain moment, I noticed that. You know, I got my signals on my Renko chart earlier than measuring it out from the M15, so I decided to uh, drop down to the M5, and I decided to do the same thing but on the M5. Well, because basically because the ATR of the M5 was around 30 pips, and then it was later was even over 30 pips. So here's another situation where we have a candle like this and a candle like this, right? So two opposite candles, and the market showed me a long, and I exactly took that long. Again, you have to look at it right there. You know, it says manual trail, manual close. Um, Yeah, it was manual trail and manual close, but basically you see the situation plotted out right there. Uh, Again, I had my stop loss a little bit wider, so again 0.8 lots. Now, um, in this situation, again the market moved back and kind of gave me a fright, but then quickly recovered. Um, Again, retested this level and started going up. Uh, so after it started going up, I don't know for what reason, but my expert advisor didn't do anything. So I moved the stop loss to this level manually, and then again I was expecting my expert advisor to trail the stop loss somewhere around the take profit level, but it didn't do it. And so the moment the market started going backwards, I simply closed it manually. Well, sometimes, you know, the MetaTrader 4 is not an ideal platform, and sometimes things like that happen. There's some kind of an error occurs, and then the expert advisor needs to be reset, or I simply, you know, recover the whole thing by refreshing the template, and that's it, right? Yeah, so that was the second trade, and basically we can see that what happened later is that the market went back down again. I mean, if I hadn't if basically if I hadn't closed it, it would have just given me you know, this small break-even plus right there that I had trailed to. But then you see, it went rapidly went up. Well, the market was wild. At a certain moment today, it was like furious, like I said, or ferocious. The market was actually ferocious, and it was kind of dangerous because it really moved quickly, made very quick moves. So, like you see here, the last trade I made was, I'll show you. over here. The last trade I made was uh, come on. The last trade I made was right there, and was again made from this context. So we had two opposite candles, right? Something like this, and I was trying to get a trade. Maybe even I did something like this, right? Yeah, I could have done something like this. I don't exactly remember right now. Uh, Come on, do what I want. Uh, Whatever. There's another line somewhere. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so anyway, yeah. So yeah, because I'm not hitting the opposite candle here. I need this. I need to do this. And I need to do this as the opposite candle. Now I have this, right? So something like that. I was trying to trade right there, and basically what happened was that in this situation, you see, I had a signal, and I made my data schedule measurement from this signal right there, because the market moved back and then came back, right? Moved down and came back, sort of just for a moment breaching the trend lines. So I entered right there, and I was counting on the market to move, but it failed to move. It started doing a little bit less volatile jumping jacks, and I was worried that perhaps the market wouldn't go further, so I just got out at whatever small profit I had at the moment. But what happens later is this. So basically, the market did go up. Yeah, just well, maybe not immediately, but shortly after I had closed my trade, the market simply uh, went up. Anyways, those are that's all the trades that I made for this time. And but I was following the market all day. I was streaming live, and I was actually going by this method all the time. I just decided to make a little adjustment to my data trade ruler, but I was going by this scenario all the time, showing live situations where we could get in. Of course, situations like this, where we have one candle like this and one candle like this. It's something I called tidbits, so trend beginning consolidation zone. We basically can't do much about a situation like this, because in a situation like this we would have to look for our trade basically exactly right here, yeah. But we would have to look for the trade on the breakout of the open of this candle. But you see, the problem is that we don't know if this candle is an inside bar from on the other side, right? Yes, this is an inside bar on the right side. This is an inside bar on the left side. But we can't see if this is an inside bar on the left side until we have already seen this candle, right? So the only thing we could do is, for example, set ourselves if we could find such a candle. But if we can't find such a candle, then we simply can't do anything about it. We'll have to find a perfect candle to match this level, and then yeah, like try to find a sell situation exactly at this moment. Yeah, so somewhere between between the open price and the low price. So somewhere between the open and the low price, we have to look for a price action on some other time frame, a lower time frame, or Renko bars to see if we can catch a trade. But we really don't have to, because you see, we are going to have a situation like this right there. Yeah. So if we are gonna get a situation like this right there, so then we can go of this one and go short, right? Anyway, okay. But then we can continue on, like we can do the same thing on every couple of candles, right? So there's like this, and yeah, and then we will have this on the Renko bars and see the situation here, and look for a long. We might even get a short on somewhere here, right? That's still enough room for a short. Uh, yeah, and then we follow one, and also like I showed right there on my Polish movie, on my Polish film, I was actually in this situation, and I actually showed. I wanted to make a trade there, but unfortunately, my button said trading is off hours, so I wasn't able to get into this trade. I was waiting for a signal. The signal appeared right there, and I was trying to get into the trade after this candle, and when the market was somewhere inside the zone. I was trying to get into a long. I hit the button. I said, "Oh, trading is off hours." Okay, so if trading is off hours, then sorry, but there is no gain. But we see exactly that the market just went up, and went up even further. The volatility is still good. I mean, like 50 pips on the M15, so it's still a good volatility. Uh, Perhaps there was even another opportunity, because here we had, let's take this off. Uh, Here we had another situation, right, where we had one. Shit. Okay, like this, yeah. So like this. So the breakout, breakout, break up over there long, break down short. So yeah. So this is the situation. So more or less, um, we had the breakout. So here was a good signal. Shit. Well, we can't help it. The market is moving too fast right now. Yeah. So here we had the signals. Here we had the trade. Yeah. So even with 1, 2, 3 candles here, break even, trail, it continues on. I mean, if it continues on so much further, I would have probably trailed further, and yeah, gotten a little bit more pips, like yeah, around 12 or something like this. So basically, the best scenario would be from here. Come on. Will be from here to around here. Yeah, like around 13 pips perhaps. 13 or minimum 10. Yeah, 10 was a little bit. So this would have been possible. Uh, or perhaps, I don't know, I'm not sure, but perhaps the expert advisor would have trailed the stop loss to take profit somewhere level, somewhere around here. I don't know. Maybe not. And that's yeah, I guess that's it. You see, we don't have. I mean, in this situation, obviously, I'm not trading this long signal, because even if we can see the here character of the moving average, or yeah, or the ETP SSF filter, LS filter, and we can see the price action oscillating around it. So basically, the filter is showing this. Uh, like a average, right? Like an average that goes directly. in the middle of the market. So that's not a situation to trade, even though there are signals, because the signals are just looking at the break levels of these filters, right? So yeah, so that's it. Let's go back to the M5, yeah, because I was going by the M5. So as we see, we don't have anything new here, and except for that, the market is just about to I mean, the spread is just about to widen and or widen. Widen, I don't know. It's gonna be wider. Okay, and yeah, so those are the hours that basically we don't trade. Yeah, so all those trades have been made live, right? So as you can see, I was streaming live all day today. What else can I tell you? Well, like I say, please like, please subscribe to my channel. Please join my Discord server. It's absolutely free to join my Discord server. And please become my Patreon on patreon.com. Dada's trading system. For all my patrons, I got a special channel here, Dada's trading system, and here we have even a special room for patrons only, with special bonuses and yeah, and things that only my patrons are gonna get. I will restrict my access to. I've already restricted access to a lot of things, like, you know, if you're not my patron, you're not gonna get stuff that, you know, that patrons will get, you know. So it's pretty obvious, because when you are Patreon, all your monthly fees, or whatever you call those things. Yeah, your mm, donations, right? Your monthly donations will be summed up, and you will be entitled to get your private online coaching every time you get enough money, for you accumulate enough for 3 hours, and also if you accumulate enough for 6 hours, you will automatically get my whole system, including all the tools and instructions and videos. Basically, yeah, because you've taken the 6 hours of my coaching. And then, of course, you will, you know, with time, you will get more and more and more, and I can then give you the specific coaching on my system. So yeah, those are the privileges of somebody who is a Patreon and a patron, and then gets the VIP role on my Discord server. Otherwise, yeah, thank you very much for today, and see you tomorrow on the next one. Have a good one. See you.